But lucky you, we have very few pools in Arlington.
Okay.
It's hard to get a garage and it's hard to get a pool in Arlington. So that's...
Next time we find a way to terrace a pool or a...
That'd be cool.
or a garage,
a little spa pool.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Living in Richmond for another City versus City. And I'm really excited. Today we have Kate Herzig from Arlington, and she's going to be telling us all about Arlington. Kate, thank you so much for being with us.
My pleasure. I'm excited to be here. I'm over here living in Arlington. You're living in Richmond. It's the perfect matchup.
Exactly. So let's kind of just talk about some fun stuff, some things that maybe a lot of people won't even go into when we're talking about buying homes or selling homes. It's like people want to know about our cities and what to expect, right?
Yeah.
So if you were to go to an amusement park, Kate, you and your family, how far would it be to the nearest amusement park, and where would you be going?
This one's easy because I have two little kids. The closest technically is Six Flags in Maryland, 45 minutes. I don't go there. We do Hershey Park in Pennsylvania is my all-time fave.
Okay.
It's 2 hours away. Second choice, Busch Gardens, 3 hours. King's Dominion's kind of in the middle, hour and a half. But Hershey's my fave.
Hershey is your favorite. I've never actually been there. What about Hershey do you love besides the yummy chocolate?
So clean and peaceful. Like if you've ever been to King's Dominion, it is a good time. It is like loud, it's busy. Hershey's just a little more chill. It's quiet. It's great for like littles or bigs. It's just it's beautiful in Pennsylvania. So and it's so easy to get to.
Very good. Richmond, definitely more of the, we have King's Dominion right in our backyard. It's anywhere you are in Richmond, it's going to be maybe 20, 30 minutes, something like that. So, and then Busch Gardens definitely would be.
I was going to say, you guys go to Williamsburg?
Yeah. So, and that's about an hour away. So nice and convenient for sure. All right. So let's maybe talk a little bit about parks. If it's time for you and your friends to go to a park or to go with your family, or you're just like, I want to go to a beautiful park, where would you be going if you were in Arlington, and how far would it be from you?
This is one of Arlington's strengths. I think we have over 150 parks. I don't know, something insane. And we have trails connecting all of them. I mean, I can take a trail from literally my backyard into Georgetown, down to Vienna, even all the way to Loudoun County. But I'm at a park multiple times a week with my littles. It's just like the local parks that I like. However, my favorite spot, there's no like playground or toys or slides, but it's Lady Bird Johnson Park. It's kind of off. It is off 395, but you have to it's secret. You go under 395 and you pop out, and it borderlines the Potomac River. It's the best views in the city. If you ask me, it's like a little local know-it-all spot. That's what I would do. There's like a park where you can go and just watch the airplanes that land at National Airport, Gravely Park, the Mount Vernon Trail, just anywhere down following the Potomac River is just a gorgeous place to be. Okay. What about you?
Oh my goodness. Lots of great parks in the Richmond area as well. I would say favorites if I were to whenever I think of parks in Richmond, right off the bat, Maymont. That is just the quintessential park. Maymont and Bird Park, they border right each other. You have the beautiful, petting zoo, which I'm sure your kids would love. Then there's the beautiful manor home there with all the gorgeous gardens, which they do all sorts of different things at the holidays. They'll do yoga at Maymont.
Is it downtown Richmond?
It is. It's downtown Richmond. And then I would say Lewis Ginter Botanical Gardens is also a really beautiful spot to go. And they do all sorts of events and also like special exhibits in there, but it's just absolutely beautiful. Even in the winter when everything's kind of dead, of course, the Botanical Gardens, they know like what things to plant. So there actually is some color in life during the winter.
And our Botanical Gardens here, we have a couple, one in DC, one in Vienna, but they decorate for Christmas and even Halloween. Do they do light shows there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Same thing. I love that for sure. And then we have just those beautiful parks that you do have to kind of maybe be a little bit of a local, like, Belle Isle, being able to go across. And again, you're going across the water. You can see everybody hanging out on the rocks. I'm trying to think of any other ones that are just really, really beautiful. Lots of cool little ones along Monument Avenue. But I would say those two, Maymont and Lewis Ginter, are definitely my favorites. And anywhere you are in the city or even in the suburbs of Richmond, maybe 20 minutes to get there, which is really nice.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy is right, for sure.
I'll put it on the list.
You put it on the list. Okay. Let's say you wanted to, you're like, hey, I want to catch a concert and I live in Arlington. Where are some places you would go and how long would it take you to get there?
Easy. Helps that my best friend has a suite at the Cap One Center. So I am frequently in DC. Cap One Center, I mean, it's 4 miles from my house. The only thing you're battling is traffic. It's just DC is, I mean, I could walk there if I really wanted to.
Right.
Cap One Center is where like all the big shows come, but then we have the Anthem at the Wharf. We have the State Theater, City of Falls Church. And then if you want to go out, my hometown is Manassas, the Nissan Pavilion. Is that what it's called? Jiffy Lube Live. I'm dating myself. I think
That's all right.
I think it's Jiffy Lube Live. It's like where all the big country shows are. That's where you go out to Nissan.
Okay.
What about you guys?
Lots of great options. If I kind of like to look at things like seasonally, because if it's going to be during the cooler, the more rainy months, definitely we've got like the Dominion Energy Center. I know that they have, it's funny you said country. I'm going to date myself here too.
Okay. All right.
Clay Walker is apparently going to be there in October. And I was like, oh my goodness, Clay Walker. I haven't heard him in just like days and days, Clay.
Yes.
And then you're talking about the theater in Falls
City of
Church.
Falls. Mm-hmm.
And that's actually where I saw one of my favorite bands, cover bands that kind of tours up and down the East Coast, the Leg Warmers.
I knew you were going to say it. Yes.
You know the Leg Warmers. I love them.
They're so hot. We like raffle tickets to the Leg Warmers at the PTA meetings and the school auctions. I mean, it's a vibe.
So I'm not the only groupie. I literally like track them, and it's like, I have to bait all the time. I'm like, should I go to Charlottesville? Should I go to Baltimore? Should I go to Norfolk? I'm like, no, I'm just waiting. They'll be back to Richmond. Sure enough, I'm like, woo, they're back.
I was actually at the beach the other day. My in-laws have a place up in Bethany. I think I was driving through Dewey and I saw their sign. I'm like, they really must go up and down just the East Coast. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Like a billboard sign?
Yeah. Well, just like a plane this weekend, Leg Warmers.
Okay. Very cool. Well, they always come to the National here in Richmond. Then we have like the Broadberry, where I saw like Colby Calais a couple years ago. It was small. It was small sort of thing. And then definitely in our warmer seasons, we're really lucky that we have a lot of pavilions, amphitheaters sort things like Innsbruck Pavilion, the Meadowbrook Event Park, which is really cool because that's actually where the State Fair is. So that's like outside our back door all the time. Boys to Men are coming apparently this month. And I'm like, oh my God, of course I'm going to be out of town. What the hell?
I've seen them twice. Yes.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be a great concert.
And I just went to the New Kids on the Block comeback tour. What do they call it? The mixtape tour.
Oh my gosh, was it fun?
There's no shame. I will date myself. I was there. Yeah.
It was so fun. I bet everyone else is having an amazing time too.
It was the most fun show.
It was so awesome.
Yeah.
Then I just got to do a thing, kind of similar sort of thing, our childhood or kind of before. ABBA, I'm not sure how they say it. They were at the River City after hours and they were so much fun. So much fun. I loved it. So all of those options when you're Richmond, and you can be there again, like 20, 25 minutes tops. So lots of options too, which is really great.
I feel like Richmond's a city. I mean, technically Arlington's a county, but we all know I say city.
Right.
I think we share a lot of similarities. I think it's really a happening place, arts, concerts, parks,
definitely making our name on the map. I think Arlington would probably be a little bit bigger and busier than us, but we're trying to keep up.
Yeah. Good.
It was good. All right.
Hey, we have people contacting us all the time about looking for a realtor and looking to move to Richmond, Virginia. If that sounds like you, we would love to be the real estate team that helps you. All of our contact information is below the description, and we can't wait to hear from you.
If you were going to go to the beach, Kate,
Yes.
Where would you be going and how long would it take you to get there?
This one's easy. I feel like everybody in Arlington, we go mostly north. We go to Bethany Beach, Dewey Beach, Rehoboth, or Ocean City.
Okay.
All 3 hours.
Okay.
If we go south, we bypass Virginia Beach and all that. We go straight to Outer Banks, North Carolina.
Yeah.
I don't know, 6 hours, 7 hours. I'm not sure. My in-laws, like I said, are up in Bethany, so I'm there a lot.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you guys?
We are definitely more of course, Virginia Beach, about an hour and 45 minutes from us. Straight down, 64
Yeah, that's too easy to not go.
264 sort thing. But I would say that a lot of people in Richmond, actually, interestingly enough, we're big Outer Banks people too.
Yeah.
And the nice thing about being in Richmond, even though we are, right by 64, can take the old drag on down there.
Mm-hmm.
More and more people, I know this is what I do every time now, is I hit 460. I go out and I kind of take it around.
Okay.
And it's maybe a little bit longer, but it's moving the entire time. And so I'm like, as long as I'm moving, I don't care. It's pretty.
It's pretty. I don't mind driving if I'm literally driving. Yeah. Because like 95 can be brutal.
You just don't know. In 64, particularly during the summer, now it's calmed down now because all the tourists have gone home. Now it's like all us local Virginians, we can actually enjoy it again. Right?
When does Richmond go back to school? When do you guys? You August or you after Labor Day?
That has actually changed recently. A lot of the counties have started back where they are August, late August, and then some are still at after Labor Day. It just kind of depends on where you fall. So
yeah. Interesting. Yeah, same here. I had one kid before and the little was after. So
it's very interesting.
Yeah.
Way back in the day, I remember like going to school at the end of August, and then it changed at some point. It was like the King's Dominion rule. I don't know if it was really called that or not.
Dominion rule. That's what we called it too. The King's Dominion.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not just me.
Yeah,
okay.
nope.
So this was a Virginia thing. I just always remember. I love that King's Dominion rule because it meant I would never be at school on my birthday. Because it'd be after,
Oh, your summer birthday?
On a summer birthday.
Yeah.
So
and we got to go to the park and have no crowds for a week.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was the best. It was the best. Okay, so we're kind of shifting back again.
Okay.
But definitely Outer Banks, definitely Virginia Beach. And then for us, a lot of people go out to like the northern neck. So go west out to like Kilmarnock, Lancaster, that sort of thing. On the Richmonders, they say the river.
The river. My friend has a house down there. The river.
That's kind of the
AH.
Yeah, AH. So, and that's about an hour, 30 minutes or something like that. So, so similar, very similar, just different directions.
Yep.
Great. I think I know the answer to this already, but if you want to go to the mountains, where are you going to be going and how long is it going to take you to get there?
Again, I think it's pretty up in Pennsylvania. I like to go up there, ski resorts, etc. But those, I don't know what those mountains are called. But Rappahannock County, really here, hour and a half, 90 minutes.
Okay.
Rappahannock, Blue Ridge Mountains, Skyline Drive, just really beautiful. And it's so easy to get to. Just 29 to 11, cut through Warrenton.
Okay.
And there's a ton of wineries out there. So you get wineries and mountain views.
I mean, that's a win-win for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And you guys are like at that pretty. You'd be more the pretty stuff up like Middleburg and like you said, Warrington and all that up there front.
Yes, that's exactly. I never go to Middleburg, but it's so beautiful there, and we have that fancy resort, the Salamander.
Yep.
What's your closest mountain? Blue Ridge, maybe. Other
it's
side?
Still the Blue Ridge, just the other side, and more like shooting west towards Charlottesville. So I would say about an hour.
Yep.
Hour 15 minutes to the other little winery hub. Just further down, right?
So good. I went to Pippin Hill last year. It's so beautiful.
It's so good. It's
beautiful.
So pretty.
Yes.
So pretty, and they had the best food. I always wonder, do wineries really have the best tasting food, or is it just you're doing wine?
I think they have a real chef there. I mean, it was pretty nice. It was above and beyond winery food. That's
okay.
No doubt. Yeah.
All right. I was wondering if it was the tastings made me think everything tastes better, but whatever.
So speaking of mountains, where do you ski? Where do Richmond people go to ski?
Probably more like Massanutten, Wintergreen.
Yes. Okay. That makes sense.
that makes sense now that you guys go north. I don't know why I always think like, oh, of course, you're just going to come down here.
Yeah.
No.
No, we
Of
go
course
up.
we do.
I don't know why, but we do. Yeah.
But it makes, because you're Nova, north.
Yes.
So,
Right.
okie dokie. So I think we've given people kind of a good idea on that.
Yep.
If you were to think of some of your, like one or two of your favorite places in your kind of MLS service area, and I mean more kind of like personal spots, like restaurants, entertainment, recreation. What are the like favorite things in Arlington?
One is in Arlington, one is not. My
Okay,
two
that's fine.
favorites are, I go to this bakery called Village Sweet in Westover, which is a little tiny neighborhood in Arlington.
Okay.
Westover's really, tiny, a block long, 2 blocks long. And we have a library, the post office, the bakery, a little cafe, the Westover Beer Garden. But anyway, they have the best iced tea in town. No debate. I'm there every morning. She actually used to make the cookies for all of our kids' parties a decade ago, and then she opened up her own bakery. So I've been with her a long time. Her name's Dawn that owns that. But honestly, my favorite spot is just, again, a few miles away, but the Navy Yard in DC. I think it's super underrated.
Okay.
You bring the kids. There's this super awesome water feature. They can frolic around. I mean, they even have like lily pads in it. I mean, to play with. It's along with the tonic, drinks, restaurants. I don't know. I love the Navy Yard. Is my go-to.
It's your go-to. That's your go-to. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it for sure.
Yeah.
I've named a lot of my favorite places, but I would say if I was going somewhere and it's kind of like the view, the food, the ambiance, all of that stuff, I can think of like 1 or 2 places. It's the boathouse that's on Swift Creek Reservoir that's out in Midlothian. And they'll do happy hours, starting kind of in the spring, through the summer, or our like, our fall, which goes on, summer forever, right? And just sunset over the reservoir, and it's just a neighborhood. So they have one downtown, but it's busier. I do like Rockets Landing too, but I don't know, that one just is like the spot I love to be, and it's just like getting some good like little brick oven pizza, a little bit of wine, hanging out with your friends, the beautiful views, the birds. I don't know.
Do tourists know about it, or just locals?
Locals, definitely, because it's like right there in a neighborhood pretty much.
Yep.
So that's kind of the nice thing. There is a restaurant that's over in this other little area. It's called Shag Bar, which is interesting because I had never been there before until like last week. And it was another one, just like really great food, and the ambiance, and just when you walk in one of those places and you're like, I don't want to leave. This is
my spot. Yeah.
It's like one of those like beautiful boutiques, and you're like, what can I do? Do you need me to wash dishes? Do you need me to like, bus tables? Whatever I need to do to just stay here longer, I would love to, sort of thing.
That sounds fabulous.
That's really, really fun. And then there is one other place. I know I've said 2 already. There is one place that is so fun that I just found, and I got to get you down here to check it out. It's axe throwing at Shield and Sheath. Have you done it?
I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know. I have heard of it. I have not done it.
It is so fun. Now, is there a learning curve? Yes. And when we went, the first 5 minutes, I'm going to be honest, they sucked, because I was like throwing things and it wasn't sticking at anything. And I'm like, this is going to be a long hour, right? But
and where do you stand that nobody next to you is going to throw the wrong way?
Right. So they have very strict rules. Like it's like you either throw together, and it's like nobody goes past a line, and it's like little stalls.
Okay.
Little stalls. But you can throw like throwing stars. But the axe is my gig. And some people like they're showing you like the hatchet thing. I don't know, the upper body strength wasn't there. I had to do the old 2-hand, but once I got that down, I was like, this is my jam.
You're practically a ninja. No, right?
I'm a ninja. Yes.
Maybe I'll
So
try.
watch it. So all of that kind of like, 20 minutes from everything. So, Richmond's
fun. My cousin lives down there.
Oh, okay.
She loves it. And you know what? I think, which I don't know if you're going to ask me about, but you guys have a heck of a museum scene like we do in DC.
We do.
A lot of history down there and some good art. I mean, she's always talking about the great museums around.
Oh, yes. VCU, I think, has, VCU has a big influence with being a big liberal arts college right here. And, the art, to get into the art school at VCU is like big time sort of thing. So we can't take that for granted, for sure.
I agree.
For sure. Well, let's kind of like talk on that a little bit more too, because where you're at in Arlington, you really do have amazing monuments and culture right there at your fingertips. Tell us a little bit.
We do. Every day I feel like I take that for granted. We all do, because it's like I go to show houses and I pass the monument twice a day. And it's like sometimes you drive by and you're like, man, that is beautiful. Or like I've always, my other half has promised me a midnight monument tour for 5 years now. It's never happened. I am going to hold him to it at some point, but
we've got it on camera now. So
midnight monument tour, but there's all sorts of things you can do. And it's just, even if you're walking around or just visiting or just literally driving by it, it's so gorgeous. Beautiful.
For sure. Mm-hmm. When you're in Arlington, well, actually, we'll talk about that a little more because I know that probably is going to come up for commuting and stuff like that too. But what would you say is your favorite monument or museum down there, and how long would it take you to get there from your house?
Minutes. Within 15, I'm in DC, wherever I need to go, unless there's traffic. I mean, sometimes 3 miles can take you 45 minutes, depending. Right. But I mean, it's super, super close. My favorite monument. Honestly, it's the main one, this monument. That's what we call it, right? Yeah. Just Washington Monument. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's it. The classic monument. I have never walked up it. It was closed for the longest time. And then I think an earthquake hit it. They just finished all the construction a couple years ago. So I think it's open again, but I have not been in. But for the kids, the History Museum. Oh yeah. The dinosaurs. I mean, you can't not go see the dinosaurs at the History Museum. And they had a butterfly garden last time I was there. You can walk in it and butterflies are landing on you. It's magical.
It's very, very nice.
And everything. I went to visit Chicago one time and they have this incredible science museum. And they were like, I don't know, $25 a person. I'm like, what are you talking about? In DC, you do not pay for museums. Everything is free in DC. That is not how the rest of the world does it.
No, it's not. It's not for sure.
Even the zoo is free.
Is your zoo free?
Yes. It's so weird to go places and have to pay. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, our little zoo in Richmond is definitely not free.
Yeah.
For sure. Oops.
Oh, do you, when you come back, do you guys have? Yeah. What's your favorite museum?
I think my favorite museum for sure in Richmond is got to be the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts. It's probably, you said your sister lives down here? Cousin. She probably talks about it. They have the garden outside that has like the red reeds. It's very abstract. She'd know the one. I wouldn't say that I am like an art connoisseur, but I love those kind of museums, almost like the History Museum, that it's got all sorts of different things that you see something new every time. And though it's not free, it's very, very affordable. And it's just beautiful on the outside, beautiful on the inside. I could just lose myself in that place.
Yeah. For sure. I think she works at something called the Valentine.
She'll probably okay. But I think that's another beautiful one. Beautiful one. Yeah. Cool. So that's so good. All right. So let's get a little bit more into the real estate. Kate, average sales price and price range for
look, I
brought a
little handout should you talk. So we're expensive. There's no doubt about that. At the moment, I think the average price is $1.2 million.
Wow.
Yes, this is true.
My goodness.
I went and looked for the lowest priced house. Yesterday, that was $650. Today, there happens to be a $550 house, but you're in the 8 to 9s for your average home, first time buyer.
Got it. Well,
yeah.
If you need your buck to go just a little bit further, come on down south.
Yeah. What is it like? Richmond's not exactly a cheap though.
No, it's not. No, it's not. And it was so funny because I myself kind of looked in very recently, was like, hey, I really wanted to see how things were stacking up, say 2021, which was a banner year, right?
Banner
Even to
year.
2022, right? To see how
Yep.
things were. So just going strictly like single family for our major area sort thing, it was 388 for 2021. And then for this year, we're up to about 450. So we've come up quite a bit,
Wow, that's a big jump.
but still
Yeah.
big
No.
difference for sure.
It makes it a lot easier to buy a home at that price point. Yeah. I mean, you get a little delusional in Arlington when you're like the starting point to play is $1 million.
Wow.
It's a lot, but we are close to everything. We got it all up here.
You do have it all. You do have it all. So let's talk about probably one of the biggest reasons why your housing is so, your average price point is just a little bit higher. That the traffic and commuting. Where are most people that live in Arlington? Where are they commuting to for jobs, and how long is it going to take them to get there?
The Pentagon's probably one of our biggest employers. I mean, gosh, again, 15 minutes if you live in Arlington. If you're commuting up from Woodbridge, Godspeed. That's going to take you out. And then downtown, we have it's a lot of government workers, contractors, and we have all the big headquarters are in DC. So I would say DC and the Pentagon and Arlington are the big players.
And so now I can really see why most people are wanting, if they can live in Arlington, that's the best bet.
Yes.
For an easy
because it's not worth, it's just not worth sitting in traffic when you can be when you're in Arlington, everything's within reach. It's where you are. And we're in a bit of a bubble because we're so protected by the job market. Mm-hmm. It's just, it's worth, you never lose money in Arlington. I'll say that.
No.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure. Well, that's really interesting. Because in Richmond, I would say most people do have, it's kind of like that, 20-minute commute. Our big people, if you're going into the city, and Richmond actually is a big like financial hub. So we see a lot of people either coming from Northern Virginia or the, more Maryland, DC, or from Charlotte. We see a big crossover between the two because of that financial stuff in downtown.
Okay.
VCU is a big employer. For sure in the city, MCV. And then I would say, we've got Amazon. That's another big one that's coming in. Lego just came into the Richmond area or is coming. But a lot of remote workers in the Richmond area that work for companies that are out of the area. So it keeps our traffic down pretty low.
That's good.
So that it's an easy commute for things.
I would be remiss if I didn't say Amazon headquarters, HQ2 is in Crystal City.
Okay.
It's not built out yet, but that's going to be a massive, massive campus. I think 25,000 employees.
Wow. That is a big one.
It's huge, and it's driving up the market on the south side. I live on the north side. I sell on both sides, but mostly on the north side. But the south side is blowing up.
Okay. So you're on the north side, and that's what's closer to the city?
They're each closer to different parts of the city.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So which side is closer to like Falls Church? Because I always feel like I'd be in Arlington. That's the
north side is Falls Church.
Okay.
Close to Palisades, Georgetown.
Okay.
The south side is close to 14th Street Bridge, the White House.
Okay.
And the waterfront, the wharf.
Got it.
But either side, it's easy peasy. You're in a good spot no matter what.
Got it. Okay. All right. So let's talk about like property taxes. For Arlington, what would you say are the average property taxes for some of the homes you're talking about?
I think we are $1.03 per 100.
Okay.
City of Falls Church a little bit higher. I don't know what it is, but it's higher than us. Fairfax County, I think, is the same as us, which is $1.03.
Interesting.
It's just our values are so high. So I mean, it's a tough.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of money, but it's okay. The area is worth it. Mm-hmm. How does Richmond stack up against $1.03?
That's not. Actually, the city of Richmond is at $1.20 for every 100 assessed. So it's actually
that's more.
Pricey. a little pricey there. And then most of our counties, though, that's really interesting, that are surrounding. So Arlington, that you said that's like $1.03?
$1.03.
Okay, $1.03. Some of our big counties around, it's more like, 92 cents, 82 cents, for the big ones, the popular ones, the ones that people are going through, sort of thing. So not too far off.
Not too far off, similar.
And then kind of in that, like, if you were looking at a house that was like 500 to 600,000 in any of those areas, you'd be looking at taxes ranging from maybe like 3,100 to, if you were in the city, they would be like 4,400. So
a year.
Yes.
That's not bad. I feel like my tax bill is 10K or something.
But a lot of that might also.
I don't spend a lot of thought calculating that out, but no, ours is a little bit higher, but that's just because the houses are a little bit higher.
Exactly. So
it's all relative. Exactly.
It really comes, and when it comes down to it, when people talk about, what area is going to be best for me, it's like, you're going to pay for it some way, somehow.
Yes.
Your taxes, your sales price, your cost of living, and then your cost of living. Oh, it's like, it's higher here, but you also make more or what have you. It balances out.
It's all a wash. Whenever people say, where should I live? DC, Maryland, Virginia. And I'm like, we're all have little different things about it. But at the end of the day, it's the same. It's going to be basically the same.
It's the same. All right. It's contest time here. All right. We are going to grab our phones and we're going to make a little adjustment though, just because of the different areas. For me, I'm going to go into my MLS and I'm going to find like my favorite house that is between like 6 and 650 right now. And I want you to go in and find your like favorite house that's probably more like what the equivalent would be, like the 8, 9, something like that. Oh, I think you froze. She will be back here soon, though. I know she'll be back and we'll get her in here. So this one on Lake Avenue, though, is absolutely beautiful. And it's at 650, not my listing, but just the cutest thing in the whole wide world, inside and out. I am a sucker for those Tiffany blue doors. If you came by my house, you'd understand. This home was built in 38. About 2,100 square feet. And this actually, for that age of home, I know they've done renovations. You can tell it in the pictures. It actually has 3.5 baths, which is a lot. But you actually get a basement in this home. And it's just the cutest on the outside, on the inside. They've just done some beautiful renovations. I love how they've opened things up, but they've still stayed very true to the architecture of that time period. It's located in one of the top most desirable areas in Henrico County. People really pull to this area for everything being, very walkable, very close by. A lot of people love the schools and what have you. So I'm hoping that Kate is going to come back here soon. She's like, oh no, the site crashed. Let's see if we can get her back in real quick here. And she is back.
Sorry. A storm's coming? I don't know. Maybe that's what I'm looking at. I know it's getting dark. Sorry about that.
That is okay. I'm sorry that we lost you.
But I found a house selfishly. Perfect. Selfishly, of course, I have to talk about my own listing, right?
Oh, I love it. Do it.
I have this awesome house on the south side. So when I say south side, think it's where Amazon headquarters is going to be, Crystal City, Pentagon City, the Pentagon, all that stuff. 2800 South Ive Street. It's $945,000, 2 levels, but gorgeous, totally renovated in 2019. It is on a 1/4 acre, which is a little rare for us, but it's terraced into a hill. So you actually have a little bit of a view from the front patio, 2 brick patios, a front, a rear, a lower level kitchen just to entertain. Hopefully you'll pop up photos magically somehow and you'll see.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's a great little house.
I cannot wait to see it for sure. All right, let's try, and we hit this too.
Okay.
Fun today with technology. Yay.
Mercury's in retrograde, right?
That's right. That's what it's all about. Real estate is all about, like, how do you do this? And Kate and I would be like, you just got to be prepared for every potential situation possible. So that's how you make it. All right. How about this? Let's pull up on our phone our favorite, most expensive listing in your MLS, either pendant or active, in your area.
Okay. So it's interesting for Arlington because we have a lot of condos. So there's a really great penthouse condo that I like, but it's not a house. But in terms of like a house, our most expensive listing is on 1404 North Hudson Street in the north side, 22201. That's Lion Village. It's this beautiful subdivision. You can walk to Clarendon, which is like where all the cool kids are, and the Metro and the Whole Foods. It's just where you want to be. 3,899,000. No, 3,899,999. How about that? So let's just call it $3.9 million. But 7 bedrooms, 7.5 baths, almost 7,000 square feet, and it's a new build. Entrancely, it's like 0.17 of an acre. So we put like, because the land is so expensive here, we will put a big old house on a small lot just because the location's killer.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Very good. All right. That's the most expensive in town. What about you?
Very nice. Very nice. So we have this awesome coming soon right now, and I love it. And I'm going to love it when you pull up the pictures you can see, because I feel like it's very Arlington-esque sort thing, just with the Richmond vibe. And it's in one of my favorite spots in the city. It's really at Libby and Grove. And I don't know if your cousins ever talked to it. It is the cutest little spot. This is at 113 Libby Avenue. It is 3.75. This is a big house, 4957 in square footage, and it was built in 2020. So this is a new house for sure. Okay. 5 full bathrooms, 2 half bathrooms, a pool. So very like courtyard, lots of glass, but very like super walkable to everything, but super private as well. So you get like, being right in the city, but this beautiful second back, just absolutely beautiful. I know they'll be adding more pictures to it. But it's more just like the outside, the property, and a couple of the kitchen. I think it's really cool. This area traditionally would be older homes that have been remodeled. So I think it's so awesome to have like a newer option right here.
That's like what's happened in Arlington. We have these homes built in the 1930s and they slowly get turned over. But lucky you, we have very few pools in Arlington.
Okay.
It's hard to get a garage and it's hard to get a pool in Arlington. So that's nice that you have a pool home.
Why do you think that is? I
think lot size.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Probably next time we find a way to terrace a pool or that'd be cool. Or a garage,
a little spa pool. I have a client that built one of those little ones in his yard.
Okay, that's very cool. Like the infinity, like it looks like it's really far, but really it's like this. Mm-hmm. It's the new trend. The new trend for sure. Yeah. I love that for sure. Well, Kate, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you so much for joining us after, technical difficulties too.
I'm sorry I dropped off, but I'm glad you got me back in. I appreciate it. And I'm excited to see your listings when they
I know. Same.
Television.
Same. I'm ready to move up to Arlington into your place that you described. That sounds amazing.
I will say a little plug. Clients all the time bounce between Richmond and DC area. So stay in touch and I'll be sure to send people your way.
Ditto. Again, thank you so much, Kate. And thank you everyone for joining us today for another City versus City. And remember, leave everything better.
Hey, we have people contacting us all the time about looking for a realtor and looking to move to Richmond, Virginia. If that sounds like you, we would love to be the real estate team that helps you. All of our contact information is below the description and we can't wait to hear from you.